Alright, I think I'll be able to do this. I'm not entirely sure. Let me turn on a light to give myself some... Hi, Justice. It's Thursday, and if you can't tell, I'm a bit of a hot mess. Mostly because it's cold, and I worked a lot, and I picked up a shift for tomorrow because I don't have self-control, and because my coworker is her aunt passed away. So because of that, what ended up happening was Julie was asked to take her shift, and I was asked to take Julie's shift. I'm gonna turn off the car, mostly because I don't want to kill the battery any more than we already have, and that and the light kind of gives a sufficient amount of light, meaning the light out there. So I'm recording in the car because, as you could tell from last Friday, I really couldn't record in the law school. Last Friday. I'm skipping days. Last Thursday. Dear Lord. Anyway, as you could tell from last Thursday, that didn't really work out too well because I tried finding a spot in the law school that was safe to record in, and everywhere was bad. Just straight up everywhere was bad. So with that, I'm looking forward to seeing you play your instrument. You're not getting out of that. And on that note, actually, my original video, your video and my video actually surprisingly like synced up on our topics, which I find really funny. But so due to what time we tried to watch Thor Ragnarok on Saturday, Josh and I kind of got stuck having a 2-hour time frame where there was nothing going on in our day that we couldn't necessarily go back home for. So we went out to eat at Olive Garden, had quite a bit of food there. It was really good. I didn't eat a lot of food because the soup kind of filled me up, which I expected, because I haven't been eating a lot recently. But we went over to a couple of different shops in the area, and I pulled Josh into a Guitar Center because it's been ages since I've been in a Guitar Center. And I was like looking at all the guitars, and I was telling Josh about how much I love Gretsch guitars. I love Ibanez's. I was looking at the Gibsons, and I was telling him about my old Gibson Les Paul, and I was telling him all about that stuff, and I just kind of sort of went on and on for a little bit about everything that I used to do as a kid, like that my grandparents literally spoiled me rotten with. And like, it's really funny knowing that I used to come from like such a really like rich background in comparison to where I'm at now, in comparison to where my grandma's at and all that stuff. But, like, I was telling him all about that, and when we went over to the piano section, I started playing the piano. Not, like, amazingly, because I can't play piano amazingly. I know how to play chords, I know what notes which, and I know how to find stuff when I'm actually, like, trying to for reading purposes. I can read music pretty decently, and I can, therefore, like, sort of play the piano, but I can't play it amazingly because I didn't ever get to that point. I wanted to learn music theory more so than I wanted to learn how to play piano. And my teacher just wanted to show me how to play piano, which is understandable because I was trying to play piano. But I did that for a little bit, and when I started messing around with it, he was just like, I didn't know you played piano. I'm like, yeah, it's not really great, so don't, like, you know, expect me to pull any Mozart out of my butt. But that was how it went, and it was kind of entertaining because it's odd to know that even though Josh and I are nearing our getting ready to hit 4 years together and are going to be heading into our 5th year together, that there are still times when the two of us don't know part of us, like part of our past. Like Josh has known for a while, like all the stuff that I've had to deal with, and like I said, there's something about like me walking into that Guitar Center kind of brought back a lot of big memories as to like why I really liked certain things when I was in high school compared to why I didn't like a lot of things. Generally when I look back at high school, I know everybody says that they're the years that you're going to look back on and go, oh, I miss those years. I don't necessarily miss them. I've never really missed them. I've always been kind of the person to look back at them and be like, I'm so glad they're done. But at the same time, like, there are certain aspects. It's not the fact that I miss those years, because I don't. I really don't. But I miss certain parts of them. Like, the lack of responsibility was nice, yeah. I'll always admit that. But, the big things that I miss are mostly, like, you know, how everything was before my grandparents kind of fell apart. But, that hasn't really anything to do with it. But it's just kind of, like I said, the instrument thing. I walked into a Guitar Center, and that was basically, like, the big highlight of my week. As I've told you personally, Josh and I both got back into Magic. I messaged my dad asking him if he could send some cards our way, and he said he would. Hopefully he does. If you're watching, Dad, which I highly doubt you are, but if you are, yeah, I hope you do. But if not, I understand. But still, it's one of those things that just kind of, we got back into that. We played some Magic with friends. And I find it really odd that even though I have been super duper busy with work, going between 2 jobs, which I'm going between 2 jobs. I had never said that in a video specifically, but the reason why my video on last Thursday was really weird was because I've been going between 2 jobs and I haven't really been able to record much. And the only time frame that I can really record on Thursdays is either between 6 and 8 when Josh is in class, or after 8 o'clock. And I don't like recording that late. But yeah, that was my week. I'm not going to continue forward. I think 5, whatever the heck we get to, is going to be enough. So you have a great week, and I'll see you on Monday, and I look forward to seeing you play trombone.